X-Files is back, guys. We're talking about the first episode of season 11 today on The Tone Show. This episode's called My Struggle Part 3. And if you guys did what I did and rewatched all of season 10 because you said, hey, I want to be fresh, and season 10 ended on that cliffhanger, so you wanted to be on point for this season because you know what happened at the end of that cliffhanger was going to be very important for this episode. Joke's on you and joke's on me, right? Because none of it mattered. None of it mattered. Everything we learned in the last episode was not relevant. Everything was rebooted and reset. It was all a vision. You Van Helsing fans who follow me know it was all a vision, and this vision was maybe implanted by the government, right? Or something like that. The episode's called My Struggle, but honestly, guys, it was your struggle and it was my struggle. There was a lot of struggling in this episode. And let me put it out there. I'm a fan of the X-Files. I'm a big X-Files fan. I was very excited to hear season 11 was coming. So I'm definitely judging this as an X-Files fan. Basically, Scully, she had a vision. It was basically foreshadowing for what could happen now. And the whole thing is we have to find William. We have to find William. Who's William? William is Scully and it's Mulder's child. Well, no, forget that, right? Because the crazy twist at the end of this episode was that William is not Mulder's child. So the cigarette smoking man, aka Cancer Man, aka I don't know what's up with this guy's makeup, right? He actually impregnated Scully against her will with his alien DNA, I guess, right? Or his DNA. So he basically pulled a Bill Cosby, right? And druggy, and he implanted a baby inside of Scully. So everything that we led to believe so far, and all the feelings and emotions that people had, the X-Files fans had with Scully and William and that whole arc that took place. It was basically for nothing because that's not Mulder's baby. It's actually the cigarette smoking man's baby. And it was the biggest slap to fans since Batman slept with Batgirl. And in this whole episode, there were a lot of things that we kind of rehashed and re-given to us that we've seen in prior X-File episodes. So Chris Carter is obsessed with car scenes. He had a middle-age crisis in this episode because why was Mulder driving around in a Mustang for no reason? Like, what was the point of that? That whole scene was pointless, basically. It was to show Mulder in a fancy car commercial. Basically, it was an extended car commercial in the middle of the X-Files, right? So that was definitely a plant there. And Chris Carter is also obsessed with hit and runs, and he's also obsessed with garages. How many garage scenes are we going to see where somebody tries to run somebody over in an X-Files episode? That seems to be something that we always see, right? And there was definitely a lot of that in this episode. Poor Scully, poor Agent Scully, Gillian Anderson's character, the whole episode, she was basically in bed. She was out of commission. We didn't see any of her really. The whole time she kept passing out. I think she passed out like what, twice? So the whole time she's passing out, her character's not really being developed to the point where it should be developed at this point in season 11. A.D. Skinner is back to his old tricks where he's going to betray the team again, right? He's going to betray Mulder and Scully and keep something away from them for their own good. Where have we seen this? Before, a lot, right? So this episode was a lot of rehashing, was a lot of revisiting old X-Files material that we already seen. I thought season 11 was going to bring a lot of new material and hopefully take the X-Files in a new direction. I was kind of curious, and I was also a little bit intrigued though what could happen when Agent Einstein and Agent Miller were involved, and we just saw a glimpse of them. Basically, they were the ambulance people. They just brought Scully to the hospital, and that was it. And they were greatly underused in this episode. They basically took the whole thing we love about the X-Files, which was basically the alien involvement and the chemistry between those two characters, and they put something in the middle of it. So now it's really humans all along. The whole episode kind of felt like a commentary on the times that we're living in now. And even fake news made it into the episode, right? There was Donald Trump fake news in the episode. That's how sinister he is. The moon landing, that was him. JFK, that was him. Fake news, that was him. Maybe they didn't have enough money to do the whole makeup thing that they showed in the last episode where he was all disfigured. But if you're not Mulder and Scully, you definitely turn out ugly in this show. That's what happens, basically. If you're not Mulder and Scully, you just end up looking ugly. Mulder, the whole episode, was saying this is absurd. The man who believes everything was literally saying this is absurd the whole time. This is absurd. This is absurd. And what's up with Skinner? When did he get a degree in neurology, right? When did he become a brain doctor? That he told the doctor, hey, I know exactly what that is. That's Morse code in that woman's brain. Yeah, right, Skinner. And I'm hoping that this whole revelation basically doesn't undo all the work that I feel like they've done. We've already entrenched ourselves in with the X-Files. And I'm hoping we have some more Monster of the Week episodes. It was definitely a rough start for season 11. So this is The Tone Show. What do you guys think about season 11, episode 1, My Struggle Part 3? It was definitely a struggle in my opinion. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, this is The Tone Show. Tone Show out.
Remember to like and subscribe for more Tone Show.